if you want to see our real famous atmosphere, combining Man United at home with a European night is like ultimate famous atmosphere level, isn't it?
Yeah, it was
and that's
superb.
what it's all about. And knowing, beating them and having those memories, it is priceless. That's what footy's about.
And, you know, the journey of European competitions, brilliant as well. Like, you know, who knows where it's going to take us, you know, this season. Like I said before, you know, you've obviously got teams dropping out of the Champions League and things like that. So we can see the teams who are in the draw now, but we don't know who's going to be in it at that stage. So, you know, there could be some really big ties ahead. There could be some meaty, you know, matches to come. There's you know, if we get there, there's Dublin as well, and we all know how well supported we are in Ireland as well, so there's that aspect to it. But going back to that season, the previous season under Klopp in this competition, so we knocked Man United out, then we're drawn against Borussia Dortmund. They were the tournament favourites at the time. It was obviously Klopp's old club. There was the huge, like, unbelievable interest in that tie. You know, like, it was absolutely chocker at the press conferences for it. People were coming from all over the world to look at this because it was such a big story. And again, we were absolutely brilliant. You know, I went to that away leg, and obviously there was the big thing about sort of, you know, the yellow wall and their atmosphere, and so it was similar in a way to the United one. And it was like, okay, we'll see how you do it, and then we'll bring you back to Anfield, and you'll see how we do it. And obviously they sing "You'll Never Walk Alone," and so do we. And they've got a big stand, and, you know, and all of these things, like, you know, and they've got like a great supporter culture there, and we like to think we have. And there was lots of sort of, like, you know, comparisons going on. Big Divock scores out there. Here we get the draw. Lovren and Sacco keeping it tight at the back, which is not a sentence you could always write, but, you know, in that particular instance, that was right. And then the second leg is unbelievable, and I wonder now, you know, does it get lost a bit? Because this is back to a thing I always say about supporting Liverpool. We're so spoiled. We've had so many great nights, great times, great trips, and all the rest of it. The fact that beating Dortmund, knocking out Dortmund in the manner that we did in that second leg, is now a bit of an afterthought compared to Barcelona, is mad, because the roof nearly came off Anfield that night when Lovren scores that winner. And you know, we're twice needing 3 goals to go through. They were 2-0 up after 9 minutes. Origi gets one back second half. Royce makes it 3-1. The Reds needed 3 goals to win within 33 minutes, and they did it. So, you know, Coutinho, Sacco, and then that Lovren one. And I've got a quote here from Origi. He said, "The coach said we had to create a moment to tell our grandchildren or children about, to make a special night for the fans. We believed in it. When we scored the first goal, we all felt it would be a special moment." And that's Origi talking about it. And then Origi's involved, obviously, with Barcelona. So what's he telling his grandchildren about, or his children? Does he go with that, or does he go with Do you know what I mean? Like, it's unbelievable. And like, and I love, and I remember you talking about this. Presumably it would have been on the Anfield app. I remember you saying about sort of the Dortmund players looking at each other that night, going like, what?
Well, you've got to hear the Tuchel quote, and I was going to mention that. And it's funny, even as you were talking about all that then, before you got to, and you said the word, I was just thinking we're just spoiled. And I just think we don't often enough sit back and realise how spoiled we are. And I often reference my mate who's a Sheffield United fan, and I reckon it's great. I think if you're a Liverpool fan, if you want to truly appreciate supporting Liverpool, go and befriend someone. If you haven't already got a mate who supports a shitter club, go and befriend someone who supports a shit. Not Everton. That doesn't count because it doesn't feel the same. Go and befriend someone who supports someone who's generally in a lower division. I've had shitty times their entire life watching their club.
Yeah.
My mate goes to me, like, if my mate had been at the Dortmund game as a Sheffield United fan, that would be the greatest football game he's ever been at. He'd be talking about it. When he's about telling your grandkids, that would be the game they tell their grandkids about. Everyone would sit down every Christmas. They're like, oh, this is when we sit down and Granddad tells us all about that match he went to that time. And as you say, we are so spoiled.
Yeah.
This one just gets lost in amongst, like, where would it even rank? Do you know what I mean? In the greatest night. And that's just in our lifetime. Forgetting like the history of Liverpool Football Club, Saint-Etienne and all then that we were raised hearing about. And I remember Tuchel talking about it like, And you're right. I remember talking about that in the past, like being at the ground and then watch it back on telly. And it was one of those moments where I love it when opposition managers credit it. And we've seen it since with like, once they're retired or they're not in England anymore, Wenger and Mourinho both been able to be a bit more effusive about it and honest about it.
Guardiola, though, to be fair.
But that's the thing. Even in like real time, Tuchel, Guardiola, both top managers, really top managers who are like, I can't explain it to you. I can't. Do you know when people are like, I remember the post-match interview, how do you explain it? He's like, I can't.